All right, third graders, today we're going to learn how to make coil cups. You each have a piece of earthenware clay. You're going to take a piece off that's about the size of a golf ball, and you're going to roll it into a ball. I like to start between my hands like this, and then I like to go on the table and move my hand in a circular motion. I go back and forth sometimes. The next step is going to be to smush that ball until it's flat and about as thick as an Oreo cookie. You can see it's a circle. This is going to be the base of the cup I'm making. Now I'm going to start rolling coils. Coil is just a fancy word for a worm shape out of clay. I start between my hands and then I move onto the table, rolling back and forth. This is a coil. I want to make it so it's the size of my base, so I'm shaping it, turning it into a circle, and I'm blending at the point of attachment. Now, when I'm using clay, I have to do something called scoring and slipping. Scoring and slipping is the glue in clay. To do that, I add water and scratch. I do that with a toothbrush because it's a way to do both steps at once. So I'm scoring and slipping the base, and I'm scoring and slipping that coil I made, and now I'm gently pressing down. Then I'm going to repeat that until it starts to turn into a cup. So I'm rolling between my hands, and then I'm rolling on the table. Then I'm putting it on top to get that shape, taking off any extra I have, blending my clay together, and scoring and slipping. Once you get the hang of it, it moves fairly quickly. Sticking that down and apply a little bit of pressure just to make sure it sticks well. New piece of clay, and you can see what's happening here is I'm getting height. The more coils I have, the taller my pot. I want my coils to be about as thick as my finger, and I want them to all be approximately the same size. It doesn't look as good if all of your coils are different sizes. Each one should be about equal thickness, and all of them together should be approximately equal thickness. All right, now I'm gonna time lapse for a minute and get a little bit of height, and then I'll show you how we can decorate this. All right, now you can see that I've built it up a little bit, so I have a little cup. It's about as high as my hand. Now I want to make it look unique like my own. I can make designs out of coils. So I'm rolling a coil, and then I can essentially turn it into whatever I want. I could take it and roll it up to make a swirl just for a fun design. If I'd like to attach that to my pot, I need to score and slip it. Then it's like Velcro. I do the score and slip where I want it to stick, and then I'm applying pressure. Now what I always do is I look for one little spot and I blend the clay. This is just to be extra sure that it sticks. I kind of blend that coil into my pot, and that's like the extra glue. It's probably gonna stick if you score and slip it. It's definitely gonna stick if you do that little extra to get it to stick. Now I could take this coil and I could shape it into letters. So maybe this is the letter A. I could turn it into a smiley face and make little eyes. I could flip it upside down and make it into a rainbow and do several layers of it. I could make a circle and turn it into a sun. I can really make it into whatever I want. The more unique, the better, because this is your pot. You want it to have your special mark on it. Now what's going to happen with these is I will let them dry out. After they're dry, I will put them in the kiln. You'll remember that the kiln is the special oven we use to heat clay. It gets up to 2,000 degrees, and your clay will go from being this kind of gray color, and it will transform into ceramic, which looks white. At that point, we will glaze, which means to add color to our clay. Then it will go back into the kiln for a final firing. So my clay now is ready to dry. I'm just going to set it out and leave it alone. Great work, guys.